the government has finally released another batch of Epstein file documents, sometimes lightly, sometimes heavily redacted. Of course, this dump has been a total of 3 million documents, including thousands and thousands and thousands of images and videos, as well as emails from Jeffrey Epstein himself. Okay, so what has turned up here is in just this single 2-page file from the FBI, which I will read through now. It is described as having been logged in July 10th of July, 2019. It came in at 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time over the FBI National Threat Operations Center hotline. This person called to identify herself as a victim of Jeff and others. Now, before I go deeper into this, I do want to say that the information here was sent in via a call through a number where, when contacting the FBI, they have to take and they have to log all of this stuff legally because it is public information, even if it's not necessarily publicly available per se. It's the public information in terms of the government needs to own it and keep track of it. And the reason that's important is that there is a delineation between the nature of this and what we've broadly been discussing as Epstein files up till this point, meaning investigation-related documents the FBI collected while charging and convicting Jeff, which what we're reading here is not related to any investigation of the sort. Rather, it is a tip that, as far as I know, the FBI has not followed up on or have shown any further proof of investigating. But in approximately 1994, blank revealed herself to blank as a past victim of abuse by Jeff, described the abuse occurring during parties, further identified blank as a friend of blank. Again, the redactions. In approximately 1996, blank resided with blank in blank. An unknown man abducted her from her home, whence she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z, while Weinstein had, I'm not going to read that out loud, but it does say here that she believed she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. The victim estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions, awaking each time in an opulent indoor setting, not alleging it's the same setting, a different setting, or just different opulent indoor settings, or I don't know. Blank suffered from abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. Blank recalled Leon Black and William Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasions of abuse. In approximately 2006, Blank last recalled being abused by Epstein.
Pusha T and Jay-Z are in the Epstein files. It sounds explosive. It sounds scandalous. And for hip-hop fans, it definitely grabs attention. But today, we're not here for clickbait. We're here for facts. Because when names like Jay-Z get pulled into a conversation this serious, it's important to slow things down and explain what is actually true, what is misleading, and what is flat-out false. So let's break this down carefully. What Epstein files actually means when people say the Epstein files, they're usually referring to court documents connected to Jeffrey Epstein, many of which were unsealed as part of ongoing civil litigation. Here's the key fact. These documents include names that were mentioned in testimony, emails, flight logs, or hearsay. Being named does not mean a person committed a crime. Being named does not mean a person was accused. And being named does not mean a person had any relationship with Epstein at all. In many cases, names appear simply because someone else mentioned them, sometimes without proof, context, or confirmation. Let's get straight to Jay-Z, because that's the name people care about most here. There is currently no verified evidence showing that Jay-Z committed any crime related to Jeffrey Epstein, traveled with Epstein, was accused by any victim, was charged, sued, or investigated in connection with Epstein. Jay-Z has not appeared on confirmed Epstein flight logs. He has not been named as an offender in court rulings. And no law enforcement agency has ever alleged wrongdoing involving him and Epstein. What has happened, and this is where confusion comes in, is that large document dumps led to social media speculation. where people misread lists, reused screenshots, or lumped famous names together without verification. So as of today, there's no factual basis to claim Jay-Z is implicated in Epstein's crimes. Now briefly, Pusha T. There is no verified court documentation, no flight logs, and no official records tying Pusha T to Jeffrey Epstein in any way. No accusations, no investigations, no lawsuits. His name circulating online appears to be pure internet rumor, often mixed into viral posts without sources or documentation. Factually speaking, there is nothing connecting Pusha T to Epstein. Think about it. These are black men. They would have been locked up already if they really did something wrong. And being at a party doesn't mean you committed a crime. Here's why this keeps happening, especially in hip-hop culture. Big names generate clicks. Serious scandals generate emotion. And when long legal documents get dumped all at once, misinformation spreads faster than corrections. People often confuse mentioned with accused in a document with involved, viral post with verified source. And once a rumor hits YouTube thumbnails and Twitter timelines, it takes on a life of its own, even when it's not true. So let's be clear and responsible here. As of right now, there is no factual evidence linking Jay-Z or Pusha T to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. No charges, no accusations, no verified involvement in a crime. That doesn't mean people shouldn't ask questions, but it does mean facts have to come before narratives. If new, verified information ever emerges, it deserves coverage. But until then, facts matter, especially when reputations are involved. But I do think Jay-Z has a sissified spirit attached to him.